Hi everyone, this is Marianne and thank you for deciding to watch this video. In a previous video, I talked about this handy dandy light stand that was made for me by someone else, and I will leave a link to the video in the description box. I do love this light stand and it is working so well for me. I have been using this since about January 2018 and I plan on using it for filming many other videos in the future. But because sometimes I need a higher vantage point for filming and my camera, which is just my little old iPhone 7, does not have a zoom out feature, just a zoom in, I am limited to how high I can film from. So I decided to make a taller light stand all by myself using affordable materials and without power tools because I don't have power tools and honestly they scare me a little. The first thing I bought for this project are the lights. I went to Wilcon Depot and chose these. They are the same brand as my old lights, but they are now LED, while the previous ones are fluorescent. I chose the daylight version because the daylight is more natural, especially when filming at night or inside a dark room. I initially bought one light that is 4 feet long that will go horizontally at the top of the light stand and two lights that are 2 feet long which will go on both sides of the new light stand. Now, these lights no longer come with the connecting cords that I can put in and out like my old ones. These are meant to be hardwired into a wall, as you can see here. Fortunately, Wilcon Depot has an in-house electrician specifically for customer inquiries and modifications. So I explained to him what I wanted and showed him the video, and he made for me a removable cord that connects from the LED light into a wall outlet using the existing hardware that came with the LED lights, specifically these white female plugs. So these are the connectors that he made at first, just to make sure that all of the lights work when connected together and then powered using that cord that he just made. But eventually, he made these longer connecting cords for me with all the wires concealed and protected with electrical tape. The female plug with the 3 holes are the ones that came with the LED lights, and the one with the 2 holes I purchased extra for this purpose. Of course, the black electrical tape does not look pretty, but Wilcon had only the black ones available, and the electrician told me that I can just buy white electrical tape elsewhere and then cover these black ones with the white. There is no need to remove the black, and I have no plans to remove the black because I'm afraid of dealing with exposed wires. So when I find white electrical tape, I will just wrap them around the existing black ones. And this is the power cord that he made from the existing female plugs that came with the LED lights. Next, I purchased the wood from the same woodwork business that made my desk and drawers. This is Delovino Woodcraft in Kanatman, and it just happened to be a very rainy Saturday. At Delovino, I purchased 1 by 4 inch wood, which was 12 feet long, and I just asked them to cut the wood down to one piece that is 4 feet long, 2 pieces that are 3 feet long, and 2 pieces that were 1 foot long. And they did it free of charge. These are now the pieces that will make up the entire structure of the light stand. I chose the 1 by 4 inch wood because the 4 inch width is enough to support my iPhone 7 without me having to create special holes for it like in my smaller light stand. From there, it was just a matter of putting the pieces together. The 1 foot long piece of wood is to act as feet for the legs of the light stand. I used Chandler's white pen for sketching to mark the center of the short wood and the center of the long wood, and I just aligned the white marks together to make sure that the feet of the stand won't be lopsided when I attach them together. Next, I used this wood adhesive called Stickwell just to make the joining of the 2 pieces stronger. And then I used a hammer and some 1.5 inch finishing nails, 1 nail on each corner of the joint to join the 2 pieces together. And then I did the exact same process to the other leg of the nightstand. The next step of the process was not easy at all to film because I was working alone and I didn't really have a proper stand for my camera or a tripod. But in that step, I attached the vertical legs of the light stand to the horizontal bar of wood using 2-inch finishing nails just to create the correct angle, 90 degrees. And then after that, I used these metal corner brackets to stabilize the corners of the light stand. These are just screwed in, and I just used the screwdriver and I used only 2 of the 3 screws. But because I could not press down on the screwdriver hard enough, I had to wait for the boy, my mother's driver, to come home and ask him to finish putting on the screws of the metal brackets. Aside from the brackets on top, there are also brackets underneath those same corners to make sure that the legs of the light stand won't eventually spread out and also to limit wobbling. As for the LED lights, they all came with these thin metal clips that are just screwed onto the wood, and then the lights are just pushed onto the clips and the clips snap into place. They are very secure. There are 2 clips for each light, as you can see here. I do have to mention that I had to return the 4-foot light and exchange it for one that is only 3 feet long because I made a mistake in deciding on the measurements for the cutting of the wood. The light I had was already 4 feet long and the wood was 4 feet long, so there was really no place for the connecting cords anymore at both ends of the light. This 3-foot light, however, works perfectly, and I am happy that I learned a new lesson. And finally, here is a view of the entire light stand as made by me using no power tools with a little help from the boy and the guy who cut this 1x4 at Delavino and the electrician at Wilcon Depot. I have already used this light stand when I filmed my video about getting my November and December planner pages in order before archiving them, and I will link that video down below. And I really like how much I can fit into the frame of the camera because of the higher placement of the camera in this taller light stand. I filmed it late at night and I really like how natural the light looks. A friend of mine who is a photographer, his name is Ken, did say that I have to make the light softer by placing a piece of white cloth over the lights, and I will do that and give an update. But for now, I'm happy that I was already able to use this light stand for filming a really important video that was kind of delayed already. Another thing that I have to do is to find a background that does not reflect light because this very shiny surface of our dining table is reflecting the light too much because the light is really too bright. The reason why I had to make this new light stand taller and longer instead of just taller is that if I place the camera higher, it will capture a wider span, and I did not want the legs and feet of the light stand to show up in my videos in the frame, so I had to place the legs further apart, which necessitated a longer horizontal top bar. Also, making it longer provided more stability to the much taller light stand. That plan did work, and I am pretty pleased. My only complaint with this light stand is that it wobbles just a little bit when triggered, as you can see here in this footage of me hole punching my planner pages. I rested the end of the hole punch on the table while punching, and it sort of jogged the light stand a little bit, so you can see that the footage wobbles a little bit. Or it could have been the table, I'm not sure. Now, this light stand did not cost much at all. The wood cost 230 pesos from Delavino. The lights and modification of the cords cost about 1,200 at Wilcon Depot. That is the most expensive part. The corner brackets cost a total of 380 pesos, and the cost of the nails was negligible because I just used the nails that were already in the house. The stickwell cost about 20 pesos, but I don't even want to consider that because I used too little of it and the rest of the pack can still be used in the house. The total cost to me was a little over 1,800 pesos, which converts to about 34 to 35 US dollars. Not bad for something that I will get a lot of use from. All in all, I'm happy with how it turned out. This light stand is functioning as designed, and I made this with my own hands, my first time ever to do any kind of woodwork at all, and I'm pretty proud of it. This is far from perfect, but it serves its purpose. You can definitely do something like this if you are on a budget and don't have power tools. If I can do this, so can you. Thanks for watching. Bye.